Russell, I'm sure after Saturday you probably would have liked an unchanged side the way you played, but it's not been possible.
No, we've made a few changes. We had one or two niggly injuries after the game on Saturday against Derby County, 2 or 3 players suffering a little bit. So, look, we've made a few changes to what we're doing, but I'm sure the boys that come in will do a fine job.
Yeah, and a big chance for Kagisha Degashwi.
Yes, it's good that Dikashwi's got his opportunity tonight. He's been coming on in 1 or 2 games recently, as you know, and making a good impression. So you know, he's all set to start tonight. So we wish him the best.
And Tom Lawrence, he's had to bide his time as well after a bright start.
Yes, he has. Obviously, he played in the Reading game, but he was sub after playing for a couple of performances for Wales. So he's back in the lineup again tonight. So fresh legs from that point of view.
Is this the most difficult game you've got left?
Well, it would look so on paper. Certainly the fact that they're 17 unbeaten makes it a very difficult task for us, but that's what challenges are all about. You've got to embrace them, and you know, let's hope we're the first team that's given them an upset in recent weeks.
I mean, your confidence must be very high given the quality of the win on Saturday.
It was a good win, but we can't get carried away with that. Too often we've had a good win this season, and perhaps ought to have backed it up and not done so. But it couldn't be any more difficult really after Derby to come to Burnley. But that's what it's all about. If you want to be challenging, if you want success at the end of the season, these are the hurdles you've got to get over.
And harking back to the game at home, if you're 2-0 up with 4 minutes to go, you want to hold on.
Yeah, we certainly do, and we don't want to be giving any OGs away tonight, that's for sure. Because the one thing about Burnley, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get real efficiency from them. You're going to get great energy from them, and they'll be relentless. They'll never stop. You saw that on Saturday against Brighton. They did the same at our place. That they will just keep going. They know their jobs, and they'll keep them going all the way to the end.
Well, I tell you, if the teams are coming out, if I could see, but then we're right behind some Burnley fans here, and they're all stood up applauding the league leaders, which means that me and Andy Legg are struggling to see what's happening, but I can just peer over their shoulders and see the two teams coming out of the tunnel, which is to our right. It's in the corner of this old ground, and honestly, the view we have here, we're looking over a lower far stand, and the old mill in the foreground overlooking Burnley. Turf Moor really is an atmospheric ground.
Yeah, it's one ground you like to visit, Rob, because it's always a good atmosphere. The pitch is always good. It's a nice big pitch. There's always a little bit of a hostile atmosphere when you come here. It's a tough place to come, Burnley. It's always cold. Absolutely always cold, but
we know,
as you say, look at that view. It's fantastic. And
well, there's 300 or 400 from Cardiff have made the trip up the M50, the M5, the M6, and then I think it's the M65 I went on, but I wouldn't vouch for that. It's a real meander of motorways around Manchester. There was some talk of Cardiff playing in their third kit, the Bumblebee kit, but they're not doing that. It's blue shirts, white shorts. The Cardiff side showing 2 changes. Marshall in goal, across the back, Peltier, Manga, Morrison and Malone. Midfield, Rolls on one flank, I think, Lawrence on the other. O'Keefe and Degash. We'll just see when they line up how they are going to go. And then up front, Leximer's just in behind Pilkington. On the bench, Simon Moore, the keeper, Fabio, Whittingham, Gunnarsson, Amiobi, Zohor and New. Burnley are unchanged from the side that drew 2-2 at Brighton on Saturday. A really good result for them. Injury time goal, and they have the former Cardiff keeper Tom Heaton between the sticks. And then across the back, Matthew Loughton, Ben Mee, Michael Keane and Stephen Ward. In midfield, it'll be George Boyd on one flank, Scott Arfield on the other. The combative Joey Barton in the midfield alongside David Jones, and up front 23-goal Andre Gray and the Welsh international striker Sam Vokes. And on the bench, experienced goalkeeper Paul Robertson, Michael Kitely, Dean Martin, Matthew Taylor, Tende Darikwa, Jamie Tarkowski and Ashley Barnes.
Burnley Football Club was deeply saddened by the death last week of former player Ian Britton.
There is going to be a minute silence or applause now for Ian Britton, the former Burnley player who passed away a week or so ago, everybody standing in the ground, and you'll hear a tribute being paid to him at the moment.
We now ask that you join a celebration of Ian's life with a 1 minute's applause commencing on the referee's whistle.
So two sides and two sets of fans united to pay tribute to one of their own, Ian Britton, here at Turf Moor. So we're ready to go now. Burnley in their claret shirts and blue shorts, and it's Cardiff City to kick off, playing from right to left. It's a chilly evening, but it's perfect for football. Nice and light too, and there aren't too many empty seats in the house. Lawrence has lined up on the right hand side. Burnley top on 76 points, Cardiff 7th on 62 points, just 2 points outside the playoffs, and I'm alongside the former Wales and Cardiff and Swansea defender Andy Legg.
For me, Rob, I think this game will be won and lost to how Cardiff defend. If they can keep Boyd and Vokes and Andre Gray quiet, I think they stand a chance, but if they can get into the game and start creating chances, it's going to be a difficult evening for Cardiff.
Lovely play by O'Keefe in midfield. Rawls is out on the left hand side. Malone is steaming forward. Rawls crosses into the middle, headed out only as far as Lawrence. Lawrence thinks about shooting, took a deflection, and that's a corner.
What a great start from Cardiff. Joe Rawls started it all off, ratting for the ball in midfield. Rob, he won it back really quickly, give the ball to O'Keefe. Great little bit of play by O'Keefe. And I tell you what, it was unlucky, Tom Lawrence. He opened his body up, he tried to curl it in that far corner, just got a deflection, corner Cardiff City.
Joe Rawls has trotted across to the left hand side to take this. Morrison and Manga are up from the back. Rawls crosses it into the middle. Morrison gets the header down, cleared away only as far as O'Keefe. Hit Boyd, may fall for Pilgrim and drives it. It's blocked again, that time by Stephen Ward. Bounces back out to Rawls on the right hand side, curls in a long cross. Heaton plucks it out of the air. Burnley move the ball forward to the dangerous Andre Gray. 23 goals for him this season. Slid it through to Boyd. Too strong, Marshall collects.
I tell you what, Rob, it was a good job. It was too strong because Boyd had made a fantastic run in between Manga and the centre half to get in on goal.
So it's Peltier with a throw in front of Russell Slade's dugout. He stood in the distance. It's on the far side from us, as we sit high in the main stand here at Turf Moor, next to the cricket ground. If I look to my right, I can peer through the gap of the David Fishwick stand. The referee tonight is Jeff Eltringham. It was supposed to be Keith Stroud for a late change, and I mention this now, let's get it out of the way. The last time Keith Stroud pulled out of a Cardiff game was over Christmas at Birmingham, and gave a very dodgy penalty to Birmingham, who won 1-0 at St Andrews in a game Cardiff dominated. So let's hope history doesn't repeat itself. Degashwi beaten in the air, little touch by Gray, goes for the return, but Manga tracked the run. That was good defensive work by Manga then, because Gray had gone on and Arfield had slid the ball through to him. Lawton. Barton looks for a raking crossfield ball out to Arfield. Peltier steps in though and knocks it up for a throw.
I think what the two centre halves, Morrison and Manga, got to be aware of is that Andre Gray likes to pull on the shoulders and drift away from you and then make a late run. So they've got to be aware who's picking him up and which one is going to take him on the run. Been impressed with O'Keefe on my first time I've ever seen him play, Rob. I think he's shown some great little touches in midfield, won the ball back and picked the right passes at the time. Looks a good player.
A shot from the edge of the box, the Cardiff box blocked. That was from Andre Gray. Boyd goes down the right hand side to chase a through ball. Manga deals with it. Oh, very cool. Turns away from Boyd, finds Rawls. Rawls looking for Pilkington. Little nudge that time by me. Oh, and ball given away to Immers. Immers plays it right to Lawrence. Lawrence has space on the right hand side, level with the penalty area. Now he's level with the penalty spot, hogging that touchline on the far side. Degashwi in support. O'Keefe is there as well. Degashwi plays it back out to Lawrence. Chance for the Welsh international to cross. Can't get it past the backtracking Arfield.
I tell you what, Cardiff have started ever so well. Plenty of confidence in the camp, throwing bodies forward. I'd like to see they're attacking down the flanks.
Throw in taken to Degashwi. Lovely touch by Lawrence into Pilkington. Just robbed by me as he got into the penalty area. Cleared away. But Cardiff win it back through Peltier. High up the pitch. Slid inside. Good run this by. And it was O'Keefe who got into the box, had a shot, and Heaton was happy to gather it.
Yeah, it was a cute angle. I didn't expect him to score from there, but it was a decent strike on target. Straight down Heaton's throat. You'd expect him to save that.
Oh, good play by Jones. Drives forward down the middle. Shooting chance, left-footed. Good block by Morrison. Ricochets out to Immers. Immers touches it forward for O'Keefe. Robbed by David Jones again. Picked up by Boyd, centre field, midway inside the Cardiff half. He goes right to Loughton. Plenty of claret and blue shirts forward. Long ball forward. Marshall just got the touch to take it away from Sam Vokes, but he couldn't stop it from going up for a corner.
Yeah, it was good play by Jones in midfield, wasn't it? A great shot, but we've got to give credit to Morrison. Put his body on the line to block it. That's what they need to do tonight if they're going to stand any chance of coming away with anything. Good defending from Morrison. To be fair, I think Cardiff defenders have started the game very, very well.
Burnley corner, left-hand side. They are dangerous. Plenty of big men there. It's driven right into the heart of the 6-yard box. It's ricocheting around. Cleared away by Malone, I think it was. And Malone looks back as the ball is played out for a goal kick. And it was Scott Malone who was in the right place at the right time in the scramble in the penalty area.
I don't know what everybody's standing up for. We can't see a thing.
No, everybody is stood up. I'm told it's a young Burnley fan who lost his life, and this is a planned applause after 14 minutes or so. So another nice touch by the Burnley fans. Good to see people in the press box stood up as well. Me looks for a crossfield ball, looking for Boyd. Malone had to get a touch and deflected out for a corner.
Yeah, I think he only just got a little nick on that as well, Rob,
yeah.
wasn't he? He was very, very fortunate there, because I thought the pass had actually beaten him, but just got that nick on it and took it out for a corner. But dangerous situation now. I wouldn't try and concede corners with Michael Keane in his side.
No. Well, Keane has got 4 goals. Mia's got 2 from the back. Of course, Sam Vokes has got 14. And Gray has got 23, so they don't lack firepower. Ball is played in low into the penalty area, and Immers steals it from the edge of the box. He's breaking forward. He's got support from Malone. Malone, lovely ball forward looking for Lawrence. Lawrence picks it up right-hand side. Heads towards the penalty area, tries to clip it across, and Immers cleared away by Boyd. Burnley got people back quickly.
What a fantastic break, wasn't it? Immers picks the ball up just outside his box, played a great little ball to the left of his side. Good switch to Tom Lawrence. Thought he was a little bit slow in delivering the ball into the box, Rob.
Malone scampers up to the halfway line. Oh, Pilkin has made a lovely run to pick up the ball near the byline on this left-hand side, the near side. Cardiff, Pilkinen looks for an angle, shoots over the bar, wants a corner, not going to get one.
Not bad though, Rob. Again, taking on his man, only got eyes for the goal. Really positive, gets it out of his feet, just strikes it, just got over the top of it, over the crossbar, but positive again. That's what I like to see, and going for the goal, Rob. And I haven't seen a great deal of Cardiff this year, but for me this is a different side from what I saw earlier on in the season. They're throwing bodies forward, they're committing bodies forward, they're looking to go and attack the Burnley to defence.
Header forward up to the D of the Cardiff box, but Manga deals with it and slightly gives the ball away, and it's with Andre Gray 25 yards out. Chips it forward looking for Arfield on the left side of the penalty area, but Arfield can't control it and gets ironic cheers from the Cardiff fans behind the goal. Cardiff have got a good record here actually, and good record against Burnley, unbeaten in the last 12 meetings against the Clarets. Last defeat here was 2007. Boyd has a dart forward down the right, inside right position. Loughton, well, Malone just about got out there, slightly hesitant to go and engage, but Pilkinen has done ever so well to hold the ball up front, finds Immers, nice back heel by Immers, helps it wide to Lawrence. This is a fluent counter by Cardiff. Lawrence inside to O'Keefe, 25 yards out. Degashwi is centre field, helps it left to Malone. Slightly held up now with Rawls and Malone trying to work their way down the left side. Out poor ball from Malone past Boyd and out for a throw-in.
Yeah, great break, wasn't it? Just delayed again, putting the ball into the box. His body's in there. Immers had got into the box. Pilkington was in the box. I think Tom Lawrence has got to get out his feet, deliver the ball, but Malone was very fortunate at the other end, Rob. How we didn't come and try and get a block on the cross from Boyd, I'm not too sure, but we got away with that one.
De Gashwi battling with Gray but loses it, breaks to Vokes. Vokes runs across the face of the box. Oh, it's a great ball into George Boyd. And what a challenge by Sean Morrison, who dives in as Boyd pulled the trigger. Marshall was defending, but Boyd was only 10 yards out, and Morrison has conceded a corner, and that was a goal-saving tackle.
Oh, absolutely. Morrison, if you get anything from tonight, that has saved the match. That was a fantastic time tackle. He saw the danger, got himself across, because that was definitely going to go into the goals.
Corner from the right-hand side. Marshall was up there, beaten in the air by me, but it's bounced over, looped over the bar. Oh, Barton is caught late.
I think he's made the most of it, Rob. Let's have a look at it.
What?
I think he made the most of it. Yeah, it's one of those when you clear the ball. Nah, he's left his leg there. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's using his experience. He's getting Immers to have a little bit of
Well, you have to be careful with this referee. In 34 games this season, he's shown 90 yellow cards and 8 red cards. And Barton is just saying to Lex Immers, I've got your number, pal. You caught me on the ankle. Barton is now up and walking away.
That's not going to bother Immers. He's better than that.
It won't bother Barton too much either, will it?
No.
Immers is probably thinking, well, if he has a go at me, I might get him sent off.
Yeah, exactly. I'd try and wind him up now if he's going to act like that.
Good challenge by Tom Lawrence, who breaks away in midfield. He's got Pilkington in support. Lawrence up to the edge of the penalty area. Cross it. Oh, should have crossed it, but it was a shot that came off his shin and straight at Heaton.
Oh, that was a chance begging, wasn't it? He just took the wrong option, Rob. I think it possibly did have a little bobble and it hit his shin, went straight in the hands of Heaton, but oh, that was a glorious opportunity. I tell you what, both teams are going for the juggler, aren't they, when they win the ball back?
Well, it was 2 against 1 then, wasn't it, with Lawrence streaking away. Did ever so well to make the chance. He did it all by himself on the far touchline. Lowton does well to cut inside Rawls in midfield. Square to Barton on halfway. Barton helps it out to Arfield on the left wing. Peltier is straight across there. He gets support from Ward. Lawrence is straight across there. Immers puts pressure on Dave Jones, and Immers slides in again. Doesn't get the ball, but Jones can't make progress. Now he does. Puts the ball inside. Oh, it's a good run by Arfield. Arfield runs to the edge of the box, and Manga came in this time, and his challenge was enough to see Arfield balloon the ball over from 15 yards. Malone is being held back by Boyd, but steps past him and then goes past another Scott Malone. Can he cross? He can. It's swerving in and it's swerving out beyond the far post for a goal kick. That's probably his best play of the night.
Absolutely, Rob. I thought he did really, really well then. Just the cross let him down. It was a difficult cross to dig out. Just pushed it a little bit too far, but went past Boyd like if he wasn't there, went past the fullback Lowton if he wasn't there. Immers is on the attack.
Shout for handball in midfield, not given. Cardiff move forward. Pilkington shoots and Heaton collects from 25 yards. And the boos will tell you what the Burnley fans thought of referee Jeff Eltringham then.
Well, I didn't think it was a handball from where we were, and we got a great view of it.
Cardiff are having to defend a free kick, 15 yards inside their half. Barton is stood over it, just left of the centre circle. Everybody in the Cardiff half apart from Tom Heaton, the Burnley keeper. It's headed down. Immers, thought there might have been a shot for handball there, but it's Immers clubs it out for a corner.
That was great header from Manga again in the box. Made sure it was his. He was the winner. But it's a difficult situation now to defend.
Nothing in this game at the moment. Can Burnley make the breakthrough here? They can't because it's headed out. That time by Morrison. Lowton with the throw-in for Burnley. Into the penalty area. Vokes trying to win the header. Andre Gray saved by Marshall. Gray got the touch. Hit it first time on the half volley. I'm not sure whether it was sneaking in, but Marshall wasn't to know. And dived across his post and pushed it around for a corner.
It didn't look any danger, Rob, did it? Little flick on from Vokes. but Andre Gray on the move, just got there in front of Morrison, got a little flick on the ball towards goal. Marshall did well to turn it away.
But a Burnley pressure, corner from the right this time, swung in, left-footed. Immers wins the second header on the edge of the box, does really well. So does Lawrence. Oh, he's given the ball away when there was no need, but he's won it back, and Rawls picks it up. Rawls runs into Claret traffic, breaks a Boyd down the right hand side. Immers stays with him. Immers makes sure he wins not only the physical battle, he shoved Boyd off as he was about to cross, and it's cleared away. Good defending by the Dutchman.
Yeah, fantastic work rate from Immers. Been impressed with him. It's the first time I've seen him in live play. He certainly puts a shift in for his team.
Loves his darts as well. There's Lex Immers. As Cardiff break down the left hand side, Malone can't find a blue shoe with a pass in. Barton is pushed towards the near corner flag. Tries to hit it against Rawls. Barton holds it up, goes to ground. Free kick. He just bought the free kick then, Joey Barton.
Yeah, he used all his experience, Rob, didn't he, against Joe Rawls. Joe Rawls had him in a position where he wasn't going anywhere, but Joey Barton drew the foul, bought his team a free kick, relieved the pressure. But great play again from Rawls, hounding and chasing the ball. What a game this is.
Malone lobs it forward to Pilkington. He was falling backwards, but he finds Immers. Rawls holds off Boyd to find De Gashry, breaking down the middle. De Gashry, great ball through to Pilkington. Pilkington shoots, blocked on the edge of the box by me. Not cleared by the Burnley defence. That was a great pass from De Gashry. Pierced the Burnley defence. Pilkington shot going right, and it was blocked by the attentive me.
Rob, it was a great pass, but it was a great run as well from Pilkington. A great turn, hit it on the turn. It was a good block. You've got to give credit to the defending there, as we did with Morrison when he blocked it.
Arfield runs at the Cardiff defence. De Gashry slid in at the nick of time then. Malone starts the counter-attack, leaves it to Rawls down the left-hand side. Oh, it's a great pass through to Malone. Now he's got Pilkington in the middle. Goes for Pilkington, and me just got back there. It should be cleared now, up to halfway. Manga battles with Gray. Gray turns the Gabon international, but Morrison comes across and flights the ball up for a throw. It's a really good attack by Cardiff again.
Well, good attack from both teams, wasn't it? Good attack by Cardiff. Great little ball in from Malone, right into the danger zone. Good defending from Burnley, and then a counter-attack immediately. And Morrison good defending at the other end. So what a great game this is.
Chip forward by Barton down that left-hand side, picked up by Ward. Ward flights it into the middle, breaks to Boyd. Boyd stopped by Marshall, and he can't make anything of the second effort. Didn't really get too much meat on it, but Marshall had to be in the right place, and was.
Yeah, it was a great ball from Joey Barton initially, wasn't it? At all of 45 yards diagonal. Great little cross as well. Boyd was coming on the end. For me, he didn't convict to it, Rob. I think he just prodded the ball, and that allowed Marshall to get a block on it. But it's been an absolutely great game, and you can tell how well Cardiff have played. The Burnley fans are starting to get a little bit irritated.
There's another standing ovation, and that's for Ian Britton, the late Burnley player who passed away just a week or so ago. Chelsea as well, Ian Britton. And the whole of Turf Moor stood up, even the Cardiff fans, which is a lovely touch. We had a minute celebration before the game as well. As Rawls, well, sure he was tugged then by Lowe, but he carries on Rawls. This time he's definitely pulled down, and that's a free kick about a yard away from the byline and just outside the penalty area.
Well, I would like to see a yellow card for that, because that was deliberate. It was a professional foul. He was in around the back, Rawls. He got away from Loughton, but no.
Cardiff free kick now, a yard from the byline, left hand side, a yard outside the penalty area. Everybody bar Marshall in the last third of the field. Crowds of players inside the penalty area as it's driven across. He was looking for Lawrence. I think it bounced off Loughton, and Heaton collected and throws long. Malone is quickest, gets there ahead of Andre Gray, and Heaton's long throw is rewarded by a Burnley throw down their right side.
Malone did brilliantly there, Rob, to stay with Andre Gray. In fact, didn't stay with him, just outpaced him. Great bit of defending from Malone.
Immers now helps her out to the left. Oh, he's hit the pass short, but Malone intercepts. Malone into the penalty area. Pilkington goes in, and he's just nudged off it as the ball went across the 6-yard box. and that was half a chance.
Do you know something, Rob? I think that's a great ball in from Malone. I think it was the right ball because it was played in front of Pilkington. I think me just got across Pilkington, just give him a little nudge, as you just said, nudged him off the ball, but great play from Malone in the final third at Burnley. That's his strength, going forward, getting crosses into that box.
And Burnley give the ball away again. This is Lawrence in midfield, still going. Tom Lawrence slides in, does Lowton, little back heel, but O'Keefe follows up, breaks to Malone, left hand side, forward to Lawrence near the byline, no offside flag. Now it's crossed in again. Immers was waiting in the back post, so was Pilkington. It's cut up by Heaton.
I tell you what, Cardiff are doing very, very well, Rob. It's picking up second ball in midfield. Tom Lawrence that time driving forward as well, going straight to the heart of the Burnley defenders, taking the game to them.
Anxious voices in the home crowd. Arfield though gives it away. Morrison chips it into the Burnley half, and then Pilkington is bundled over. No, says the referee, but Immers wins it back for Cardiff, and then Pilkington goes to ground again, and he's in a bad way. There's no one near him then, but he's in a bad way, Anthony Pilkington.
I think he had a little C2 with me about a minute just before he's gone down, Rob. Whether he's taken a little knock and he stood on his leg a little bit awkward, I'm not too sure.
Pilkington is hobbling over to the near touchline.
Yes, his knee as well, Rob.
Yeah.
That concerns me when people hold their knees. That's sometimes a ligament trouble or a...
Yeah, I think he extended the knee, didn't he, when
it looks
challenged by Ben Mee.
He doesn't look too clever to me. It looks like he's going to give it a go and go back on, but he's limping.
He is. He's waiting for the nod from the referee, the wave. Referee Altrincham obliges. Ball is back with David Marshall, who clears it long. Immers goes for it, beaten in the air by Mead. Peltier wins a second header. Immers wins the ball again. Peltier down to Immers once more. Dutchman touches it out to Lawrence. Lawrence sends Pilkington down the right-hand touchline. Oh, he's okay now. He's taken on me. He's dribbled past two players. Drives it in the middle. Oh, and O'Keefe didn't get anything on it. Just helped it towards goal. And it's easy for Heaton to collect.
Well, that was a great chance, wasn't it? That was more than half a chance. It was great play by Pilkington. There's nothing wrong with that knee because he picked out O'Keefe fantastically in the middle of the box. Just couldn't get enough on it. Didn't swivel on the ball. Wasn't convicted to the shot. But that was a great opportunity gone begging for Cardiff.
Boyd, couple of crossovers as he runs at Malone. Lowton's jogging down the right hand side. First time ball in. Morrison heads it out. May break on the edge of the box to David Jones. DeGashry heads away the first chance. Straight to Jones though. Touched by Boyd. Giving it away to Rawls. Rawls picks it up to O'Keefe. Pilkington. Rawls again left hand side. And it's with Malone, and he should hit this as far forward as he can. In fact, he does better than that. He picks out Pilkington, but he can't find a blue shirt with his touch. Finds Jones instead, and Pilkington has gone to ground again. His knee is played up again, and Cardiff need a substitute on rapidly.
Are Burnley top of the league, Rob? Because the crowd have got absolutely given them so much stick.
Well, it's nerves, isn't it? It's just that one chance you fear, isn't it? Vokes turns, cut up by DeGashry, edge of the box, plays it back to Lowton. Lowton through to Boyd. He looked offside, he was offside. Flag goes up. Took an awful long time, the linesman, and now Pilkington will surely have to be replaced. And it is Aaron Gunnarsson, the Icelandic international, who must be frustrated to be mostly a substitute.
It could be unlike him to just come on and get the winner, Rob, because he's that type of player, isn't he? He sneaks goals from midfield. He'll be a threat. Immers now will go down the middle. Burnley making a substitution as well. It's Arfield going off, Rob. I can't see who's coming on though.
Arfield is off. And Matthew Taylor is coming on. Matt Taylor, experienced player.
Terrific left foot. Got to be careful of that. Set plays with him around.
They've coped well with Arfield actually, haven't they? Because he's a danger man, the Canadian international. But
they have. He hasn't been in the game, Rob, to be fair. I think you've got to give credit to Peltier there. You've seen him off. Now he's going to see a different type of player off.
Yeah. Anger drifts past. Vokes in midfield on, then plays a lovely ball forward to Immers. Immers into the penalty area. O'Keefe just stopped by me. My word, if the ball had fallen his way, he was in then. It's lovely play by Manga again.
Fine margins, innit? Fine margins, win you a game or lose you a game.
Chip down the left hand side for Ward. Lawrence has gone with him. Ward, all he can do is fly into the photographers.
Good defending, wasn't it, from Tom Lawrence? Did enough, just leant into him to stop him getting the cross in. I love that. That's a great tackle. The man in front of us didn't agree with me, Rob.
No, he didn't. Say nothing's the best.
No, that was terrific. He tracked his man all the way. Just leaned into Ward as he was going to cross it. Great defending from Tom Lawrence.
I was being friendly at half-time, so I think we're okay. There's not much height now for Cardiff either going forward. Barton is forced to play the ball back, this time by Gunnarsson. It's Burnley playing with the ball inside their own half. Now they thread it forward. Ironic cheers as Jones picks it up. Forward to Taylor. Taylor shields it to Ward. Back to Barton. Every Cardiff player behind the ball now as Barton switches player to Boyd on the right. Gunnarsson shuffles across. Rolls is out on the left side for Cardiff. Boyd has gone forward. Barton picks it up again. They don't want to get too far back in their own penalty area. Vokes with the header over the bar, but they dealt well with that.
Well, that's the worry for me. When the balls get played in the box, will Vokes get on the end of it? Morrison did just enough there, got close enough to him to put Vokes off. Good defending again from Morrison, but he's down now.
Morrison is down. The referee is theatrically holding his
boots come off, Rob.
Right. The referee is pointing to his watch.
You can't help it if his boots come off.
And there's another change for Burnley. And Andre Gray is going off, and Ashley Barnes, who's faced a long battle to come back from injury. And he's done okay against Cardiff in the past, Ashley Barnes. But psychologically, how important is it to see the top goal scorer go off?
Absolutely fantastic. It just shows what a good job with Morrison and Manga have done at the back. Not only those two, Peltier as well. Malone, they act as a back four, they defend together, and they haven't given Andre Gray a sniff.
11 minutes to go, goalless at Turf Moor. Jones slides it forward down the middle to Ashley Barnes. Barnes plays it right to Barton. Loughton waits on the outside right. He finds Loughton. Cross into the middle. Marshall saves. It was Vokes who was going in. He missed it. And the Scottish keeper was just happy to kick the ball away.
Well, that's get out to jail free because Vokes should have scored. That was a great ball in from Loughton around the back of the Cardiff defence, and all Sam Vokes had to do was make a connection. He's missed it. Marshall cleared the danger. That's a get out of jail card free from Cardiff. I hope that doesn't happen again because that was a terrific ball in around the back. So
It's
O'Keefe coming off.
O'Keefe coming off, and it's Kenneth Zahor coming on for the last 7 or 8 minutes. And O'Keefe, well, he's battled manfully tonight.
They've all worked extremely hard, Rob. They've all put a shift in for their club. There's another substitution. Tom Noon's coming on for Tom Lawrence.
Tom Lawrence off, and he's done really well.
He can be
Noon
pleased.
is on.
Yeah, he can be very, very pleased tonight with his performance, Tom Lawrence. I think he's worked not only attacking wise, Rob, defending wise as well. He's worked extremely hard. He's done his job. He's stuck to his task.
Gunnarsson and Degaswi battling for the ball in midfield, but Boyd comes away with it. Boyd wide to Taylor. Taylor low ball in. Once more, Morrison's in the right place. Back out to Taylor once more. This time he swoops it in. Headed away again by Morrison. Me under pressure from Zahor. Malone steps in. Zahor picks it up. Malone's going forward. He's gone past me. Zahor, it's 4 against 3 for Cardiff. If he picks up the right ball, Immers! And he's hit it, had to hit it first time. The Dane hit it a bit strongly. Immers was getting there as quick as he could. Had to take it first time, and it went wide of the far post.
Oh, what a chance. So all he had to do was take a little bit off that cross. He did absolutely brilliantly down that left-hand side to leave. I think it was Loughton. Dead,
Well, it was
he?
me came across,
Me
didn't
as
he?
well, he
And,
let me go.
Yeah.
Just burned past him if he wasn't there. Just had to take a little bit off the cross.
Morrison rises high again. Degaswi plays it up to halfway. Zahor is strong. He's a big old-fashioned centre forward. He's come off worse against Barton there, though. In fact, to be fair, both of them just got up. That's what you want to see.
It's been that type of game, Rob,
Yeah,
isn't
it has.
It's been fantastic from both sets of players.
Me forward again, over the head of Vokes. Manga was there. Malone forward, only as far as Barton helps it out to the left-hand side, but this time Rolls is in the way. Gunnarsson gets across there, robs Loughton, back to Rolls on the touchline. Rolls plays it forward, Zohore holds off his man, Zohore turns, Zohore into the penalty area, left-hand side, plays it across, Immers! Oh, he's hit it wide from 10 yards.
Oh, no,
it's
Rob.
a corner, actually.
Fantastic defending. I think it was from, I can't see who it is. One of the Burnley defenders absolutely threw himself at it, and Immers just about to pull the trigger, and he's just got a little nap on it.
8 yards out he was, in front of the Cardiff fans, and a Burnley leg just lunged in and took it off his foot. Corner from the Cardiff right, taken left-footed by Rolls. Heaton comes out, punches it up in the air, only to the edge of the box, headed back out of Rolls. Rolls fires it first time, almost through the legs of Heaton, but he just grabbed it. I thought it was going underneath his legs because there was a Burnley player in the way.
At one stage it looked like the Burnley player just left it go, and it took Heaton by surprise, but he just about snapped it up. I tell you
Manga,
what.
big header again, Zohore header, and he's found Immers with it. Immers left hand side, through to Zohore, one-on-one with Heaton. Zohore loves it. Oh, he's hit the bar. He's hit the bar, Kenneth Zohore, and Cardiff could have won it in the last 5 minutes.
Oh, I thought he took a wrong option, Rob. I thought he was going to smash it across Heaton, but he gave a little dink. He chipped Tom Heaton, and it's how unlucky is that? It's come right off the crossbar and straight down to a Burnley player. Terrific play by the Big Dane.
Kenneth Zohore. He was signed on deadline day on loan from Kortrijk, one of Vincent Tan's other clubs. Gunnarsson has a cut, and Cardiff are down to 10 men. How cruel could this be? Gunnarsson is walking to the far touchline. What a finish here at Turf Moor. Inside the last 3 minutes of normal time. Gunnarsson's been patched up, waiting to come back on. The Cardiff bench are irate, you can see that. The Icelandic warrior moves back into defence as Burnley have a throw. 10 yards from the Cardiff penalty box. There's a bit of pushing going on between Malone and Ashley Barnes. Malone reckons there was a back heel by Barnes.
Malone's got to be careful here. He's just pulled him. He's got to be careful, Malone.
Burnley pick up possession. Gunnarsson's a man with no number at the moment. He's playing just in a blue shirt. Header into the Cardiff box. Marshall will collect that and eke up a bit more time.
In his second half, I think Cardiff deserved to have won the game. They've had the 3 best chances of the match in the second half. You've got to give credit. I think Morrison's been absolutely outstanding at the back. The Big Dane was so unlucky with his chip.
5 minutes of added time. The Burnley fans love that. I don't think it's going to get a cheer from the Cardiff supporters. Ball's going into the Cardiff box. Header across the penalty area. Manga's there again. May break for Barton. Barton volley goes wide.
Yeah, he was standing backwards, wasn't he? He was going back. He had to go back in himself. He was off balance. Marshall taking his time, using his experience, trying to see out this 5 minutes. Oh, that's a free kick.
That is a free kick. Manga on Barnes. It's a Burnley free kick. Right hand side. 8 yards in from the far touchline. It's about 25-30 yards from the left corner of the Cardiff penalty area. Everyone to Taylor's left. Header forward by Vokes. Marshall saves. Vokes header. He was in behind the Cardiff defence. It bounced down, and there the Scottish keeper earned his salt.
Well, there you go. Hasn't been called upon in his second half. Makes an absolute worldy save from Sam Vokes. Vokes would have thought he'd scored.
Taylor corner from the left. Oh, Marshall saves again on the line. This time it was Barnes who went steaming in, just got a touch to it. It almost sneaked into the near post, but Marshall got down there, and actually it was a flag up. It's going to be a goal kick. Final whistle goes, and Cardiff City come away from the championship leaders with such a valuable point, and it's no more than they deserved. It's a goalless draw at Turf Moor. There are Burnley players arguing with the referee in the centre circle, but Russell Slade will be well pleased. And yes, they'll wait to see how the other results have gone tonight, but Cardiff City stay well in the playoff chase because they picked up a huge point here. It's finished Burnley 0, Cardiff City 0.